We got coaching searches going on. We got big games this weekend. But as the future commissioner of this sport, I can't pretend I haven't seen this report from Ross Dellinger. So go ahead and put it up on the screen, Bradley. Ross Dellinger of Yahoo Sports, good friend of the program, Ross Dellinger. I mean, we could call him and put him on speakerphone right now, and I could just yell at him. But it's not his fault. He's just reporting what's happening. Quote, in a meeting today in Charlotte, North Carolina, Power Conference commissioners saw a presentation from the Big Ten on a 24-team playoff format, sources tell Yahoo Sports. He continues, officials agreed to keep further exploring formats beyond 12. SEC officials, as they have said publicly, support 16. Not even a soft clap, not a golf clap, just an outright clap. I want to throw up all over the place right now, but I can't because we've got a show to do. But I do have great news for you out there. Your college football leaders are focused on the big issues. Focused on the big issues, ladies and gentlemen, because this really is the pressing matter at the college football table right now, expanding the playoff again. So, as you know, for quite a while, we have talked about playoff expansion in college football. And as you know, for quite a while, I've really never been on board with playoff expansion, but I did say last cycle, hey, I'm giving that up. I've already spoken my piece on this. It's obvious the playoff's going to expand, and we expanded, not to 6, not to 8, we expanded to 12. And so I had some concerns about what it would do to the regular season, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to be honest with you. I had it out on this show with a lot of you. A lot of you, a lot of loyal viewers, a lot of Pate State current students and alumni said, nope, I want playoff expansion. And I said, hey, we can agree to disagree, but I hope you are right about what you say it will and won't do to impact the regular season. All right, well, now we're in the 12-team playoff era. And I've got to say, I am pleasantly surprised at how similar I feel in the regular season compared to how I used to feel. I'm speaking cautiously because you know there's a yeah but coming after this, so just be ready. So far, we're 2 seasons into this thing. I've watched several games this year. I was watching Texas, Georgia last week. I was watching, before that game, the 3:30 game, what was it? Oh, it was Oklahoma, Alabama. I was watching that game. There is the same urgency, the same nervousness, the same sweaty palms that I used to feel about these games. Now, there's a little bit more of a safety net baked under it. But my point is, my biggest fear has not been realized. My biggest fear was that we were going to build this safety net of the expanded playoff under these games, and teams were going to know they can lose and still make the playoff, and therefore, in the aggregate, we were going to watch the games, and they weren't going to feel as big. Now, of course, they don't feel quite as big, but like college football regular season games used to be the biggest thing on the face of the earth. So, like, shaving 5% of the urgency off a college football game still makes a big regular season college football game the greatest thing we have in American sports. My point in saying all this is we're in a good spot right now. Someone asked me earlier today when I retweeted this, and I said, if this sounds pathetic, it is. If expanding to 24 teams sounds pathetic, it is. And they said, well, what's your ideal format? And I said, well, we can't go back in time. You know, because once the genie's out of the bottle, the genie's out of the bottle. Like, people may think someone like me would say, I want to go back to the 4-team BCS era or the 2-team BCS era. No, we can't do that. We could never do that. Like, if I were in charge, if I were college football commissioner, or if I were just a full-on college football dictator, I would not take us back there. Because you've already seen what expanded playoff world is like. And so you can't undo that. If we had never gone down this road, I wouldn't advocate to go down the road. But since we've already gone down the road, I'm not stupid. I know we can't go backwards. Notice I didn't say regress because that would not be the same thing. But we are not going to go backwards. So we're okay right now is my point. We're perfectly fine right now. 12 teams is perfectly fine, which is why it makes all the sense in the world that the leeches who masquerade as leaders of this sport want to blow it all up. The good news is it sounds like there's no shot of this 24-team playoff actually taking off. Like every other idea that's recently come out of the Big Ten, it sucks water through a garden hose. It's terrible. I don't know, like, who in the world has made it their life's mission to take the Big Ten and college football, you know, as the little poster that's waving behind the plane and just nosedive it into the earth. I don't know who's done that, but someone Multiple someones in the Big Ten have done that. So it doesn't sound like this is a big risk, but the fact that this mentality even exists, it's got to be called out. You've got to call these people out. So we're in a pretty good spot with the playoff right now. Therefore, of course you want to blow it up. My problem is that, number one, the idea sucks. My number two problem is none of these people are focused on the actual issue at hand here. Of the problems facing college football right now, none of them have to do with expanding the playoff. Think about this. If you were a fan of expanding the playoff, like if you argued with me in the past, if I wanted to stay at 4, you wanted to go to 12. Hey, wait just a second. I appreciate you guys watching. Most of you are subscribed. If you're not, please do so. It's free. It helps us keep the show free, and that's how we do college football year round. All right, back to the video. Those of you who wanted expansion got your way. Even you guys don't want a 2014 playoff. Even the Cannells of the world, even the expansionists don't want to do this. So you'll notice, like one of my cautions in the previous round of expansion was these people are saying they're expanding the playoff because fans want it. And they're really not caring what you think at all. These people don't care about fans. They don't care about students. They don't care about anything like that. They're using it as a convenient argument, like they're using it as a convenient guise, because what they don't want to say is, we figured out that the college football playoff is an ATM, and the bigger we make it, the more money it will spit out for us. That's not a really popular talking point. So instead, what we want to do is we want to still do everything we're going to do. Let's still expand it. Let's still deepen our pockets as much as we possibly can off of the playoff. But let's say we're expanding it because the fans want it, because a majority of fans did want playoff expansion. You'll notice, suspicious in its absence this go around, is that same sentiment, because they know it's not popular. You see, all of a sudden you realize they were lying to you the whole time. They never cared what you thought. It was convenient that your desire matched theirs, but you had totally different motivations. Fans who wanted to expand the playoff just wanted to expand it because you thought that was what was best for college football, and that was just a matter of opinion. It doesn't matter if I agreed with it or not. That was just your opinion. We both wanted the same thing. We both love college football. You just wanted to see what was best for it. They couldn't care less about that. But since you were making your argument, or their argument for them, they went along with it. Now no one wants this. So you will not hear the word fan mentioned very much when it comes to any kind of idea to expand the playoff to 24. You'll just kind of get reports about it from Ross Dellinger. They don't even want it publicized. They don't even want it socialized or circulated out there. These people are completely talentless. There was another headline today, college football games headed to Brazil, for example. Like the Venn diagram of people who want to expand the playoff to 24 and the people who think it's a good idea to play college football games in Germany or Rome, believe me, that headline's coming, get ready for it, or Brazil, is a perfect circle. Those are just the same people. They're talentless. They've never built anything in their lives. If you ask these people, hey, what makes college football great? The first words out of their mouths would be acronyms, P&L, KPI. That's how they think. They're just calculator heads. That's how they think. And they have found the latest hot thing, which in this case is college football, and they've leached themselves onto it, and they'll suck it dry and then they'll move on. That's what locusts do. That's what insects do. Really, figuratively, that's what these people are. You've got to chase these people out of the room. That's what you have to do. Like actual leaders, people who care about the best interest of college football, that's what you got to do. The biggest problem facing the sport right now is not the size of the college football playoff. The biggest problem by 100 miles facing college football right now is how insane the calendar is. Right now, we have coaching searches going on all over the place. I got coaches step into the podium on a Tuesday of game week, and all they're getting asked about is, well, your name's up for this job. Do you have any comment? And I've got athletic directors under fire. I've got coaches under fire. I got agents feeling the heat. And the people responsible for the mess are busy over here trying to expand the playoff to 24 teams. It's utterly insane. College football is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and we've got kids with their hands on the wheel. Because the more talentless you are, the easier it is to snake your way up that bureaucratic ladder. And people who actually have talent, people who actually can build things, they're not in the administrative state of college football. Therefore, they're not in positions to hold these jobs. And so the people who hold the jobs and the people who actually end up making these kind of calls are the least equipped and qualified to be running anything. I wouldn't trust these people to run a lemonade stand. If these people mowed my lawn, I would close the blinds. I wouldn't trust them to do anything. And yet, And yet here they are. They've completely wrecked the college football calendar. Like right now, the conversation should not be, well, we're going to expand the playoff to 24. Your conversation should be, hey, how do we get the National Signing Day moved to February instead of early December and the portal window to post-college football playoff and rework the academic calendar where we can make it all happen so that we don't have coaching searches overlapping with the stretch run of the regular season because guys have to get in a new position to salvage a recruiting class before the portal opens. That's what the conversation should be. Instead, the conversation is, we have some money. We'd like more money. We have no talent. We can't build anything ourselves. This thing over here exists. It's called the college football playoff. Let's just increase the size of that thing. That ATM's been printing out money for us. Maybe it'll print out more money for us. Hey, Brazil will pay us $20 million. Let's just go take Tulane in Memphis and have them play down there. Those are the kinds of ideas these people have. So these people really have no business making decisions. But yet, here they are and here we are.